So, hey guys, welcome to the newest interview episode of Planet Number 2. This is David, and today Megan will be co-hosting with me. Joining us today, we have a very, very special guest, one of the youngest environmental activists I have ever met, a primary schooler who has already been taking actions toward protecting her local community of Chattanooga. Kylee, would you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, hi, I'm Kylee Kemmet. I am a 10-year-old student at St. Peter's Episcopal School in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm very passionate about the environment and very happy to be here today.
That's awesome. We're really pleasure to have you today. So we're gonna start off with some questions from Megan.
Yeah, so I know that you have been working on a project by interviewing Publix for environmental protections. Could you just tell us a little bit about this project?
My family and I frequently shop at Publix, and every time we check out, there is no option to have an e-receipt, only printed receipts. And that always catches my eye because I have such a passion for environmentalism and cutting down on waste. I then decided to do some research about Publix to find out what they are doing for the environment, and I learned that they've recycled over 11 million pounds of mixed paper in 2022. With that information, I then decided to write a letter of recommendations to help Publix even more in their efforts to sustainability. One of my recommendations is to have e-receipts. When they wrote back, they said they would love to take time to talk to me, and that's when I learned the pros and cons of using paper, like how paper decomposes and leaves no trace of a carbon footprint, and the fact that it's organic. However, it gets processed with lots of chemicals and manufacturing, but also carries a lot of water, making it harder to ship, producing more gases to the environment. During our conversation, I learned that they use e-receipts for club members, so I suggested the idea of using e-receipts for non-club members. They said they would love to take the idea into consideration. I learned a lot of other initiatives, and I was very impressed with their commitment to sustainability.
That's awesome. Hearing about the project, I'm just wondering, like, what inspired you to start this?
Um, Really, it was my teacher, Senia Maria Carlone, who
Right.
inspired me. Um, just because we were doing a United Nations project in school that day, and we were studying, me and my friend got assigned this country, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I'd love to like dig in a little bit deeper and see what this country does. And I found out that they process a lot of emissions and pollution. So then I decided to look up other things for like the United States. Like, what is the most polluted country? And I mean, what is the most polluted state? And that is California. And so I decided to keep looking into things. And I told my teacher the next day about everything, about what I had found. And she said that I should start a recycling club. And I decided to start that with my friends in my class. And every day we would have new ideas and presentations on ways that we could help. So a little while later, we had one idea of making bracelets and selling them at our school to raise enough money to get recycling bins for every classroom. And we've been doing that ever since.
That's awesome to hear, Kylee. I remember learning about the UN sustainability goals when I was in middle school, and it was absolutely a game changer for me. Like I determined where my passion is at, and it was just awesome. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much for that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And then looking forward, what do you envision yourself doing with this project, if anything?
I would love to let the younger generation know and be knowledgeable on what to do and how to help our environment to be able to help save the certain things that way they're not extinct and we still have the biodiversity around our world to be able to live and sustain a better life.
That's great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna ask some questions like when we jump out of this project. I was just wondering, at such a young age in primary school, what inspired you to expand your interest in the topic of environmentalism?
I would say my teacher again, Sania Maria Carlone, for helping me start the recycling club, but also just reading books and documentaries
Mm,
have really inspired me of hearing other people's stories and natural disasters that have been caused of global warming and things that have and are happening. So like I've been seeing documentaries and reading books of ways that you can help and websites that are showing, this is what's been happening, but this is how we can help save that species of animal or plant.
that's awesome.
And so, okay, so final question. As a young environmental activist, are there any personal experiences that you'd like to share with us or any stories you have?
Honestly, just being able to do something big, not only for me, but just to help the people know that it's not something like it's not a joke, like it is something serious, and just to raise awareness of how we can help and try to make it something big that people do take seriously and ways that they can help by just doing a little small thing.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think that will hopefully inspire a lot of other people to take action.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time today, Kylie. We are all impressed by your environmental initiatives at such a young age as a primary schooler, which would definitely inspire more youth and adults around the world, in this platform on their attitude toward making a difference in the world. We wish the best for you for the upcoming academic career, and we can't wait to see what you can bring towards this world and the future of sustainability. Thank you a
Yes,
lot, Kaylee.
thank you so much for having me here. It's been amazing.
Thank you, Kylie.